Welcome to Industry Engaged Learning On-Demand Database Tutorial 1.A, Part 1, Creating the Placement. Before creating a placement record, it is important to check for the organization in the database. If the record doesn't exist, then the organization record needs to be created. Similarly, it is also important to check if the student record exists in the database. If it doesn't exist, then the student contact needs to be created as well. If a student has been placed in a role, open the student record and create the placement record from this location. This will ensure that the primary contact for the placement will be the student contact. To create a placement, click on New on the Placements tab. If a role has not been filled yet, create the placement record from the Organization page. Go to the Organization record. Then, click on New on the Placements tab. All the important placement details should be entered in the Key Information section. Enter the placement role in the Role/Project Title field. Then, click on the drop-down menu next to Placement Type to select Placement Type. Then, click on the magnifying glass next to Organization to link an organization record to the new placement being created. A new window will now appear with a list of organizations. From the list of organizations, select the required organization. The new placement record is now linked to an organization record. Then, click on the drop-down menu next to Swinburne Department/Faculty to select a faculty. Click on the calendar icons next to Placement Start Date and Placement End Date to assign dates of the placement. Information during the placement, such as Swinburne University supervisor visits, mid-report and final report submission dates, should be entered in the Progression Information section. After entering all the required details, click on Save to save the new placement record. Part 2. Assigning contacts to a placement. It is important to note that the student record, industry record, and Swinburne University supervisor record should be assigned to each placement record. Open the relevant placement record. To add a contact, click on Add on the Contacts tab. A new window with a list of contacts will now appear. Set the search filters. For example, last name begins with Smith. Then, click on Go to conduct the search. Select the contact name from the list to finish assigning. If a contact does not appear even after conducting the search, then click on New on Contacts tab. Enter all the contact details of the new contact in the Contact Edit page. Then, click on Save. The new contact is now assigned to the placement record. Part 3. Updating the primary contact field of a placement record. When a placement record is created before the student record, it is important to update the primary contact field in the placement record after the student record has been placed. To update the primary contact field in the placement, go to the placement record page. In the placement record page, the primary contact appears to be the industry contact by default, as the industry contact is the first and the only record linked to the placement at the moment. To change the primary contact to a student contact, hover onto the contact field. This makes the field yellow and a magnifying glass appears, which indicates that a different primary contact can be assigned. Click on the magnifying glass. A new window with a list of contacts will now appear. The list of contacts displayed, however, are only those contacts that are linked to the organization. To change this, click on the drop-down menu in the top left corner. From the list, select All Contacts. Then, search for the student contact using the search filters such as last name begins with. Click on Go to search. The window will now display a new set of search results. From the list, select the required student contact to finish assigning the student contact as a primary contact. The student contact will now appear as a primary contact for this placement. The student contact will also appear in the contacts list for this placement under the Contacts tab. The box in the primary column for the student contact is also now ticked. This video refers to the section Create New Entries from the Homepage Placements, linking contacts to a placement of the On-Demand Database User Guide. For further assistance, please call the IEL Help Desk 9214 5766.